She died and witnessed the ultimate truth. Welcome to Spiritual Ascension. I'm Larry, and I share stories of near-death experiences where people have seen what lies beyond. If you enjoy these videos, please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell icon to get notified of new content. It's free and helps the channel grow. Get comfortable, grab a cup of coffee or tea, and let's dive into today's story. At 34, while serving as a combat medic in the U.S. Army, a woman became pregnant with her first and only child. Her pregnancy was complicated. She was diagnosed with preeclampsia, a condition marked by high blood pressure, excess protein in urine, swelling, low platelet levels, increased liver enzymes, shortness of breath, and severe nausea. She also had HELLP syndrome, which involves the breakdown of red blood cells, high liver enzymes, and low platelet count. These conditions were affecting multiple organs, so doctors decided to induce labor at 36 weeks. She was given Pitocin, a drug to start contractions, and a Foley bulb was placed to help her cervix open. For 68 hours, she endured painful contractions, hoping for relief that never came. During the 68th hour, her blood pressure spiked, and she had to have an emergency C-section. After 3.5 hours of surgery, her son was finally delivered. Seeing his face for the first time and holding his tiny hand filled her with immense love. Sadly, their first meeting was short. The nurses quickly took the baby away for cleaning and examination, and her husband was asked to leave the room. After the surgery, she was moved to the recovery area, where things took a turn for the worse. She felt 3 heavy gushes of blood and realized she was soaked from the waist down. The lieutenant attending her looked shocked as he saw the blood spilling onto the floor. He immediately called for emergency help and applied pressure to her abdomen to stop the bleeding. She lost nearly 4 liters of blood in seconds. Doctors and nurses rushed to save her life. The last thing she remembers is a doctor calling for blood transfusions. Then her heart stopped beating, her breathing stopped, and her organs shut down. I found myself in a place that felt like outer space. It was a soothing, dark space that seemed to breathe and have its own life, like being in a womb. I was aware that I was part of this darkness, and it was part of me. It was a pure, potential energy, the source of everything. I felt that I was one with it, and it was infinite. Around me were tiny points of light, like stars representing other forms of consciousness. The feelings I experienced were beyond anything I had known. Words like bliss, peace, love, and contentment don't fully capture the depth of these emotions. They were overwhelming and indescribable. As I explored this space, I noticed a faint grumbling sound that grew louder. Suddenly, I was jolted awake by the sound of my own snoring and found myself back in my hospital bed. My lieutenant was standing over me. I asked him if I had been snoring, and he confirmed that I had just started snoring before my eyes opened. I apologized for the snoring, but he told me it was a good sign because it meant I was alive. He then became serious and told me that my heart had stopped, and I had been dead for 7 minutes while they worked to revive me. He said, "Never do that again, I promised to try and not die," and he insisted it was an order, not a suggestion. I stayed in the hospital for 10 days after this experience. My liver, kidneys, and bowels were not working. I had lost so much blood that I only had pulses in my femoral and carotid arteries, not in my arms or legs. It took 4 days for my body to produce enough blood to restore these pulses. It took 10 days for my organs to start functioning again. The doctors wanted to put me on dialysis, but I refused, asking for more time to heal naturally. My case was unusual, and my fellow soldiers gave me the nicknames Zombie Mom and Care Bear the Undead. As a result of my NDE, I now know the beauty that awaits me on the other side. However, my experience showed me that this existence on Earth is the playground. Here is where we get to experience duality, as duality does not exist there. It is here that we can experience anger, sadness, pain, and other emotions. These emotions promote growth and gratitude. They allow us to experience that which does not exist in the rapture of physical death while in the state of pure consciousness. I have also gained a deeper sense of intuition, empathy, and knowing. For example, I can sense when someone is physically ill or emotionally distraught just by being in their presence. I know that we have the ability to heal ourselves through intent and belief. I know when someone is going to die, when something bad is going to happen, and even when the person in front of me in traffic is going to turn left before they signal. I have also developed the skill of remote viewing and have used it to locate missing people and items. And last but definitely not least, I know that humans are so much more than the physical bodies we wear. That does it for today's experience. As always, let me know what you thought in the comments section below. Until next time, stay safe and continue to be blessed.